Hello bros and welcome to SFX BroFive production, and the next part is Sakura Beach. Actually, I found out that another Sakura game had come out, Sakura Swim Club. But I will finish Sakura Beach before I does that. Who knows, maybe I finish Sakura Beach today. But at least start going right here. Let's load in. As we reach the bottom, Ayumi nods to herself. I told you, you fool. Exercise is great for you. You spent way too much time in the bed yesterday, so having to do a few flights of stairs should be just the thing you need. I didn't need that. Yes, you did. Don't talk back to me. I know what's good for you, more than anyone else in this world. I have to agree with that. Now hurry up and get into the pool. But you didn't even give me a chance to get changed. It doesn't matter, we're having that swimming lesson. She shoves me in. At least the water isn't as cold as it was at the beach. Now then, take me through the basics. It's a slow, painful process. She's a bit better than she was before, but even then, she still hasn't learned to hold her breath when she goes underwater. Actually, I have trouble learning that. No, I have trouble learning something else. But that's much more painful. I fish her out multiple times. Ayumi, calm down. You don't have to learn how to swim in a single day, you know. But we're only here for a few more days. If I don't learn to swim quickly, we'll leave this place behind before I get the chance to really enjoy it. So we have to keep trying, Sergi. I don't understand why she's making such a big deal out of it. She's still trying nearly an hour after we started. Ayumi, you need to stop. And reluctantly she gives up. My legs feel like jelly. I can barely move. I can tell. She's practically slides out of the pool, kind of like a jellyfish washed up on the shore. She tries to stand up, but wobbles uncertainly before sitting back down. That's enough, Ayumi. You're way too tired at the moment. But I need to get back up to the hotel room. To her dismay, her legs give out under her as she tries to stand up. She nearly slips, failing her arms around before wrapping them around my neck. As she realizes what she did, her face glows like hot embers. Don't think that I'm doing this because I like you or anything stupid. I only did it because I would have fallen otherwise, so don't get any strange ideas. I just need to learn lean on you for now. I understand. But as we continue to walk, she doesn't let go of me. This isn't as bad though. I guess I can tolerate this just once. As we walk into the lobby, an older couple notices us. How adorable, a young couple in love. He's lucky to have such a good-looking girlfriend. Girlfriend? Girlfriend? Ayumi repeats that word to herself a few times. No, they have the wrong idea. This fool isn't my boyfriend. What could I possibly like about him? He's a raging beast who lets his desires overtake him whenever they come up. So don't go getting this wrong impression about us. We used to act like that, didn't we, dear? Yeah, it's nostalgic to look back at those two. Young man, I wish you the best in your romance. Thank you, but we aren't dating. That's that's not the impression that I get. He gives me a big grin as he wanders out of the lobby with his wife. Isn't it nice to see that they still in love after all those years? Yeah, it is nice, I guess. I I wonder if I ever have a romance like that. Anything can happen, right? Right. Anything can happen. I ended up carrying her up the stairs. She mentioned something called a princess carry under her breath. I had no idea what she was talking about. We finally made it to the room, thankfully. Thanks, Eddie. For a moment we just looked at each other. But you could have used the elevator. This place has an elevator? Of course it does. I feel a little stupid right now. But don't worry about it. It was nice for you to do that. Ayumi? You don't actually think I'm a fool, do you? Of course not. Why would you think that you're fool? You fool? Some things slip your notice at times, but you're not a fool. But you're no fool. Something. Like what? Nothing? I can recall right now. So if you don't think I'm a fool, then how do you really feel about me, Ayumi? What am I to you? It goes silent in the room that I can hear the clock ticking. Ayumi's face slowly changes to an expression of pure shock. Why are you asking me something like this, like that so suddenly? I don't know. I know you're a nice guy, but don't get the wrong impression. I really like you as a person, really like you, but I don't like you that way. I swear that's not the case, really. Well, why are you asking something like that, though? I just wanted to know. Sorry. Forgive me for being so rude. But that isn't the truth, is it? What I really wanted to know is if maybe she just liked me a little bit. I guess not. It's it's not. It's just like with Momoko. Anyway, my heart can't take any more questions like this. You can leave now, you fool. I let you grace this bedroom with your presence for long enough. Alright, the real pain begins when the growth spurts start. I know that. Just get out now. She gets up despite her wobbly legs and shoves me out of the room. As the door slams shut, I can hear the distinct click of the locking behind me. So much for the plan to keep an eye on me. Maybe that wasn't her goal at all. Ayumi is another one who I can work out. Despite sharing similar brute strength to Momoko, she chose study over sports. She's cute, she's popular, and everyone seems to think she has an air for dignity to her. Yet again, despite the popularity and the sheer amount of people who talk to her, she still doesn't have that many friends. For some reason, she chooses to spend most of her time with me and Momoko. Well, it's not a surprise when she stays around with Momoko, but with me, that's what I can't work out. Most of the time, she seems to be putting on an act around me. She acts as if she doesn't like me and only barely tolerate my presence. Yet despite what she says, I'm one of the people she spends most of her time around. She relentlessly crushed the other guys who have tried to get near her. Divine punishment is something I've heard her yell too many times to count now. She and Momoko are viewed as the two heartbreakers of that school. Two impossible beauties to catch, no matter who's asking. Some people see them as being mean for that, but honestly there's no nastiness to either of them. Especially not a Yumi. I know that it's all an act. I wonder if she does it to protect herself. What was that term again? She assumes a person, that's it. But she breaks that persona whenever I'm around her. I'm sure she doesn't try to break it. It just sort of happens. So where does that place me in all of this? That's what I really wanted to know when I asked her what she thought about me. Is the only reason that I'm around Ayumi because I know her since childhood? I know that there's some particular persistent guys who are after her love. They're also extremely jealous of me. Even though we aren't dating or anything, they're jealous that I get to be in her presence at all. Needless to say, they're concocted all kinds of diabolical plans to dispose of me and get closer to her. Well, that isn't a good idea then. She thwarted them every time as well. The divine punishment come in the stuff of legend, things whispered of only in the darkest corners of the school. The outright horrible and embarrassing things she commanded those guys to do after she caught them in the act. I'm glad that she just hits me in the face when something goes wrong. Yet despite all of that, they continue to grovel at her feet and to plot against me. Ayumi, even though I don't understand you at all, I will always be there for you. Let's read a bit more. Momoko arrives home just at sunset. Hello, Seiji. Here's something we need to do. Where is Ayumi? She's resting in her room. Oh, did you two do something while I was gone? I should have known, Seiji. You really are such a shameless beast. So full of life and vigor. Nothing like that happened, okay? You're still saying things like that after that passionate moment we shared together. I know you, Seiji. I slowly go down, down. I know you very well. Will you please stop? The door to the room comes crashing down. It looks like Ayumi's legs aren't bothering her anymore. Hello, Ayumi? Did you sleep well? Tell me every detail. What did you two do together? Have you learned nothing from your punishment, Momoko? What punishment? I spent the day lazing around at the beach and eating ice cream. It was the best. I should have known she wouldn't do it. After all, there's no one there to force her to do it. Momoko, first you don't actually suffer your punishment. Then you talk about the foul things you did with him. What about you? I heard a lot of embarrassed cries when you were in the hotel lobby. You were there? The old couple thought you were both so cute. I made my heart flutter a little bit to see you so happy, Ayumi. To think you shared such a precious moment with Sadie. Quiet, you villain. I will not tolerate any more talk like this. No, you're no fun. I just shake my head at two. Anyway, Sadie, let's pick up where we left off yesterday. Show me more of your secret moves. Will you please stop telling lies like... A pillow project glance just from Mayumi striking me in the back of the head. As a loud crushing sound echoes through the apartment, I can see stars spinning in front of my eyes. My head. Wait, what am I doing at the beach? Good morning, sleepyhead? You slept in way too late, stupid. What? What happened? You arrived cold for the rest of the day. We wanted to go to the beach this morning, but didn't want to leave you behind. They seriously dragged me all the way here. Now that they mentioned that, I feel like my face has been scraping across the ground lately. Oh, did we forget the volleyball? It was your job to pack that, Momoko. Oh, it was? I don't remember that. How very convenient. Momoko always seems to have the very selective memory. She can recall some moment that happened 10 years ago when we were wandering through the woods. Yet she always seems to forget the smaller things. Oh well, we don't need a volleyball to have fun. I know heaps of other things we can do. She sneaks up behind Ayumi and embraces her in some kind of hug. What is it? Momoko's eyes are fixed on her chest. You know, Ayumi, I think your bust grows bigger every day. Want me to check it for you? I see only a mild reaction from Ayumi. Strange. When Momoko usually teases her, Ayumi reacts angrily. So that silence is a yes. Then let's... Ayumi slaps away her hands. No. Stop that. It's not in Ayumi's nature to be calm. Momoko is getting a little too close for my liking there. Ayumi doesn't seem to get uncomfortable though. I refuse to give you the satisfaction. Ayumi, stop being like that. Have fun instead of being uptight. You're just hoping to get a reaction out of me. If I don't react, then you will not get what you desire. What makes you think I'm doing this just to upset you? An important part of fruit farming is ensuring that your fruit is the optional condition. I also want to know how my friends' melons are ripening. Momoko nods, though thoughtfully to her son. Did she really just use a metaphor like that? If you're so concerned about fruit, perhaps you should take a close look at your own apples. Apples? Are you impaling something, Ayumi? Nothing at all. Ayumi is cold and precious this time. It's kind of scary to watch. Is this really the Ayumi I know? She's usually really shy. Ayumi, are you thinking about that? Yes. You know that week is nearly over. Yes. Momoko looks back at me. Oh, sorry, Sadie, I forgot you were there. Were you standing there like the whole time staring at us? Enough, Momoko. I banish you. Ayumi breaks free of her grip and wanders off to another section of the beach. After that last incident, I can just tell that Momoko is plotting to escalate things. Why else would she drag me away from the beach? If there's one thing she can't hide, it's when someone gets on her nerves. I'm worried that she's going to recruit me for her plan, whatever this may be. It's always the first thing she does when Ayumi scores a tactical victory over her. Now that I think about it, isn't that her approaching me now? So Sadie, would you like to help me with something? It's something very secret and special, so I'm afraid we can't. I refuse. And it's not often that she hears me say no. Sadie, you haven't let me finish asking what I want you to do. That's no fair. If it's some half-backed revenge plot, I don't want anything to do with it. How do you know if that's what I was going to ask you about? You shouldn't be so presumptuous. It's me. Always with the guilt, Momoko. Because I see that wicked glint of your eyes. I know when you up to something, Momoko. I have no idea what you're talking about, Sadie. She has the look on her face. This is like the time when she convinced Ayumi to put mud in her microwave and bake it. If you heat it just right, it tastes like chocolate, she said on that fateful day. Needless to say, it didn't taste like chocolate. And all of us got in trouble when Ayumi mother came home. Well, whatever it is, I don't want any part of. Before I can react, she right up in my face. A minute or two passes by with her just staring at me. Her eyes are watering. But it was going to be really fun, said he. You shouldn't accuse me of planning such evil things. You could break a girl's heart. She begins to sniffle. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. She immediately stopped as soon as I said that. I know I could count on you, said he. We must hurry before she gets back. Before who gets back? Besides, I didn't agree to do anything. So this really is a nefarious plot. The Terrible Witch, one of the eastern castles, of course. The Terrible Witch of the Eastern Castle is like that silly game of pretend we used to play. And a person what Momoko always forced to be the Terrible Witch was. Forget it, I'm not helping you plot the downfall of Ayumi. Sadie, don't say things like that. You're hurting me so much, Sadie. She begins to wail like a spoiled child who hasn't gotten their way. I'm glad that we chose a beach further away from the other people today. This would be really embarrassing. It's not going to work if I know you're just plucking at my heartstrings. Oh, Sadie, you're such a good boy. You can resist when someone else is in distress. That's one of my favorite things about you. It's especially one of her favorite things when she wants me to plot her to get back at Ayumi. Not today, not today. Fine. I have to simply come up with a new solution. What were you planning in the first place? You were going to dig a nice big hole in the beach? I like digging holes. Now I wonder how many ways she could use that hole to implicate Ayumi. Bury her up to her neck and lure her into a pit traps. You still aren't admitting anything, are you? Admitting to what, Sadie? I have no idea what you could possibly be talking about. If there's one thing she's good at, it's keeping up the charade long after it's fallen to pieces. That sound was high as fuck. I'll find some way to dig the hole of my dream. After all, we can achieve anything if we never give up. If you say so. Now that I think about it, where did Ayumi go? She's still playing in another part of the beach. She needed some time alone. Which means I just got the just you and me here, Sadie. I see. As she looks around, she seems to grow melancholy. Sadie, would you mind if I asked you a question? Why did you ask me how I felt about you the other day? Momoko thinks that's unusual too. I was just wondering. It's nothing to worry about, okay? Is that so? I can hear the wind whistling across the sands. This isn't Momoko. She's normally loud and energetic. But right now it's as if I'm looking at another person entirely. Hey, where are you acting like that? There's no need to worry about me, okay? I'm fine. You said that you didn't mean to hurt my feelings. But I didn't. You were shedding crocodile tears anyway. I was just thinking about it. You never mean to hurt anyone. You never have and you never will. I can say this for sure. But have you ever thought about how your actions affect others? What about my actions? I can't think of anything I've done which has hurt anyone. That is what you need to think about, Sadie. One thing people don't realize is that what they do unintentionally can be the most hurtful thing of all. Yet no one can ever fault them on it, because it was never their intention. What is she talking about? How does this relate to me? Is this about what we talked about before? Maybe. Well, I guess I have had some problems at home. Nothing too major, of course. It bothers me a little bit, that's all. I can tell her about the letter. I don't want to talk about it with anyone just yet. What I need is time to work it all out. I already know that. You can't hide when you're troubled, silly Sadie. It's written all over that adorable face of yours. Yet you still don't want to whisper a word about it, do you? Whisper a word about what? Really, everything is fine, Momoko. I have to stop talking about this. It's only going to get worse if this keeps going. I turn towards the beach and starts walking off. Anyway, how about we... Huh? She is holding me by the wrist. It's not her usual iron grip either. It's a very delicate, very gentle. Momoko? Don't think I'm going to let you get away this time, silly. You're going to tell me everything right now. Her smile is far more gentle than I ever seen it before. It's okay. You know you can tell me anything. Alright. I read too long now. But I don't, this I have to do for ending. But at least that was all I have for Sakura Beach this time then. So hit like and subscribe and see you next time. BroFive!